Welcome to Full Moon's Video Zone. I hope you enjoyed Trancers 4. As you know, with the coming attraction, we also shot Part 5 at the same time. You know, we're doing more and more of that here at Full Moon. When we have a series we really believe in or a project that's very, very strong, we kind of take that extra risk and go forward and shoot 2 pictures at the same time. Of course, we did it with Subspecies 2 and 3, and as you know, Subspecies 3, which is called Bloodlust, is going to be released shortly, and I'm real happy with how it turned out. We're currently shooting a picture called Oblivion. Oblivion is a sci-fi western. As a matter of fact, the copy line is in the year 3031. It's cowboys and aliens. Oblivion 1 will be out theatrically, which will be our second theatrical film, probably around August, September of 1994. Shrunken Heads, our first theatrical film, will be out early next year, probably February, March, and you'll probably have it in your own town sometime during the first 6 months of 1994. And we have Arcade finally. We, at the last minute, decided to upgrade the film. I wasn't really happy with the special effects, so we went back to the drawing board and really rebuilt the entire movie. And I think it turned out real well. So with our 12 Full Moon features that are going to be released practically every month next year, our 2 theatrical films, we're developing a couple of TV series, not to mention Moonbeam, our new fantasy family label. Our plate is really full, and I got to tell you, it's unbelievably exciting. And I'll see you guys on the next edition of the Video Zone.
Journey with Jack Death and Full Moon Entertainment as they propel you into another dimension with Trancers 4.
Good friends!
Director David Nutter brings the new dimension into perspective.
You know, this is Jack Death in the land of Robin Hood, so yeah, that's definitely taking something you're not used to. It's a situation when you go back in time, that's one thing, but when you go to a whole other world and a whole other dimension, and this far back in time, so to speak, it's something else. Really the ultimate fish out of water story, which is really what this is.
To emphasize this, the production values were carefully considered.
We didn't want to make people think that it was just another time, but we also wanted to make people think that it was another world as well. So the important things, of course, were the wardrobe, the costuming, the people, giving them that air of regalness with respect to the noble Trancers.
Where in the hell am I?
You do not know?
You're quick, you know that.
Creating this other world is famed comic book writer Peter David.
I'm the writer. No!
Yeah.
I was really impressed when I read the script because I think it's a good action-adventure story.
I think that it's really a terrific script.
My storyline is amazing.
This is the most unique and the most interesting one so far.
You're saying it's my future to climb up on a cliff and get struck by lightning? It is your destiny.
Yeah, right.
Unfortunately, a well-liked script doesn't ensure immortality, as Peter David discovered.
I'm the writer. I'm the writer. I'm the writer.
He's the one that really created, finally, I feel, a dimension for Jack Death, that Jack Death can be Jack Death.
Your name isn't really Jack Death.
No, but in my line of work, I don't think anyone would take Maurice Death seriously.
Jumping around in time has caused some big changes in Jack's personal life.
Ladies, please!
The best thing about this one is that Jack Death doesn't have any wives. I don't have to deal with wives, okay? Helen Hunt is on a series somewhere making $1 million an hour, and I'm in Romania doing this movie. You know, there's this woman where I come from, Lyra, and I would have loved it if she would be more like you. So instead, I wind up trying to get you to be more like her.
Tim is such a wonderful actor, and he really is Jack Death. He puts on that raincoat, he comes and turns into Jack Death magically.
It's no wonder that Thomerson has got the character down.
I mean, I've been doing Jack Death for 9 years now. 9 years!
And then you walk forward.
After that long, Tim is happy for the change of pace that Trancers 4 and 5 brings.
It's real interesting to have Jack Death the cigarette-smoking, gun-toting, trench-coat guy, being thrown in the middle of this medieval sort of metaphysical weirdness. And that's what's fun about it for me.
Really?
In this medieval world, Jack meets up with some interesting and deadly people.
I'm the writer.
Like Trancers ruler, Caliban.
Caliban definitely is the ultimate ruler of this parallel universe. And I don't think of Caliban as a bad guy, because his dynasty is at stake. The future of his people are at stake by this Jack Death.
Your arrow, Will said. The last thing in this world that you wanted was for me to notice you. And now that I have, you're dead.
Caliban and the nobles have not chosen to be the way they are. They're born this way. So it's not their fault.
This is a momentous occasion. This is the night.
Cut.
My son rings the bell.
Caliban's son, Prospero, doesn't have such a high opinion of his Trancer heritage.
I cannot do this, Father. I will not.
This is a necessary part of our life. So we need to feed. And for him to reject it is a total slap in the face for our way of life.
Have you checked out these babes?
One person who does not deny his Trancer heritage is Lucius.
Then you shall die.
It's been a real pleasure playing the bad guy to Prospero. Because I make his life very difficult.
You shall die.
Couldn't get his throat.
All right. I don't think it was noticeable, honestly.
Actor and stunt coordinator Jeff Moldovan orchestrates the fight scenes for Trancers 4 and 5.
If you keep your wrist cocked exactly like this, the sword should never come further than that.
Okay.
I don't believe in improv fight scenes. I mean, each one should be rehearsed and staged. The illusion of combat is much stronger normally than the reality of combat, so I use that a lot.
Here he is now, Jeff.
That's the trick, I think, is the illusion of it and staging it properly and walking through it so the actors are comfortable with it and they're in character with it.
Then you come out with that big left beat.
Right.
Although the scenes are coordinated, there's always room for a little improvisation.
It's hard to sell any kind of hits upside down, focus, and everything else. But a grab or a bite, and whatever you like.
And I wouldn't tell her exactly what I was going to do while she was strung up, but I did say to her that I would give her enough impetus to want to kill me. And I think we did that.
Starting to feel very vulnerable. The hanging upside down was actually, it was quite thrilling, and I enjoyed it. It was very intense for me. I don't think I've ever felt more blood pumping, especially when he comes around behind and he grabbed me in my thigh and grabbed my head and pulled my hair up to his face, and I had no idea, exactly what he was going to do. So every take was different, but every take I think had interesting nuances with a lot of flavor, and it turned out good. I got him in the face. He was the one that was bleeding after we got done.
Your adrenaline pumps, it really does, because it's a dangerous thing. You've got 10-pound swords coming at you, and if you miss, there's that element of danger that you feel. I mean, if you miss, you get hurt.
It's obvious from her fighting skills that Terry spent a lot of time working with her sword.
I sleep with my sword every night.
Sentiamo questa qua. Togliamo il...
Well, then let me kill him at least.
Sometimes, though, the pressures of sword fighting can become too much.
I can't. I have to kill him. I have to kill somebody. You're dead. I'm killing you. It wasn't the kill I wanted, but I have to live with it.
And I hear wizards don't die. They're just metaphysically inconvenienced.
Don't be metaphysically inconvenienced by missing Trancers 5.
Action.
And the return of Caliban. Ignoring a wizard could be hazardous to your health.
My character went through a lot of changes from the second one to the third one, and I love the way she changed. Because for me, I got to go from being really kind of scared and not knowing what I was doing and just being really kind of timid to really being somebody who was taking action, who, you know, it was much stronger, and it was much more fun. So for me, the sister relationship was so strong. I mean, I have so much love for my own sisters that I love that relationship, the sister relationship with Denise's character. To me, the country, I could best describe it by saying it's contradiction. I mean, some of it was the most beautiful countryside I have ever seen in my life, and some of it was the poorest, saddest, dirtiest that I had ever seen. It was constantly both sides, but I found that fascinating. I didn't have a problem with the food. In fact, I had a really easy time with the food, which was sort of a constant joke between me and Denise, because we seemed to never have a problem eating. But honestly, we were gone, you know, almost 4 months, and I'd say the last few weeks I started to really feel like now I miss my own house, I miss my friends, I miss my family, and you know, that started to wear on me. Pamela and Anis are both wonderful actors, and they were very helpful in, you know, there's in the second one there was one scene that I have with Mummy, and where she comes at me and grabs my hair and everything, and she was very kind and wanting to be gentle, and I just, you know, say the worst things you could say to me, and you know, go for it, pull my hair, I want you to. And with that, with seeing this, you know, awful thing coming at me, and then her really feeling that it was okay to, you know, pull me the way she wanted to, it was scary. In fact, I had nightmares in Romania a lot, because my imagination is so intense that I really start to believe the things that I'm reading or that I'm going through. It starts to become kind of a part of me.
An innocent in a spell of evil.
You can't destroy me, Michelle. Nothing can.
Seduced by a vampire.
We together now until the end of time.
Who will stop at nothing.
You must learn to survive.
To possess.
You promised you would teach me everything.
His prey.
Reach out with your senses.
Body. And soul.
Take him.
They're vampires, Mel. Vampires, Marin.
Now, to save her sister.
You're so cold. You're dead.
A woman will enter a world beyond her worst nightmares.
Let there be a bloodbath.
Blood Bloodlust, Subspecies 3. In a hotel on Bodega Bay, a team of scientists will discover a secret beyond their imagination.
For the moment, the secret of my magic and my puppets is safe. Maybe that's the formula Toulon wrote about.
A power that a demon...
It's showtime.
...will kill to possess.
The magic that gives my puppets life was stolen from a tribe of ancient Egyptian sorcerers who pledged their allegiance to the demon lord Sutek.
What Toulon stole from me, we must recover. Now, their only hope lies in Andre Toulon's deadliest puppet.
I am with you, Puppet Master.
Puppet Master 4, The Birth of Decapitron. A cop from another world.
What's the matter? You never seen a cop before?
And a nurse shrunk by aliens.
Just the thing to drive G.I. Joe insane.
Will you get the hell out of here?
Are teaming up with a big partner.
She's a cop in trouble.
For some deadly fun and games.
Toys that come to life and kill people to help a demon from hell? Jesus Christ!
Not quite, slut.
You can go where those toys go. You're the perfect size to help me kick their butts.
Let's start up the entertainment, boys.
And this time...
This is back for another ass kicking.
Get the hell away from me!
They're picking on someone their own size.
Gosh, guys, this is the best bachelor party a guy could ever ask for. Hey, hey!
Tim Thomerson, Tracy Scoggins, and Melissa Baer.
Pop goes the weasel.
Doll Man versus the demonic toys.
You'll love it. It's really gonna tear you up.
In the ruins of the Soviet Union. Scientists have built the ultimate war machine. A mandroid, piloted by a human soul, capable of destruction beyond imagination.
If you're handing the Mandroid unit over to the United States, I'll make sure they know who really built it.
It had to be Drago. He's the only one who knows about the Supercon program. And now he has it all.
Right now, it is in your best interest to give the formula to me.
Let's go.
Mr. American Scientist. End of the road.
Mandroid. Its power is in your hands.
For more information on how to get Full Moon CDs, comics like Puppet Master and Dollman, calendars, and becoming a fan club member, call the Full Moon Hotline at 1-800-999-9559 or write to Full Moon Entertainment, P.O. Box 526, 8721 Santa Monica Boulevard, West Hollywood, California, 90069. Thanks for watching, and be sure to stay tuned for the next edition of Full Moon's Video Zone.